One last quick thing on the mailbag. Dear Creedence and Bishop, have you guys ever been bullied?
Yeah, just now.
I have been. I've been bullied bad.
Yeah. Sometime we need to revisit that and tell the K-Swiss story to revisit that at some point. No?
We could do that. No. We could do that whenever you want.
So just curious. Just curious. Yes, I was bullied for a couple of years, and it was horrible. I was a late bloomer, and I didn't develop boobs until much later. So
late bloomer pudding.
I thought it was Creed's story for a second.
I was like, oh.
I'm such a pro at reading these messages, baby.
Creed didn't get his boobs until he was like 20.
But when they popped, I'm telling you.
All the boys.
So I was an easy target, and not me. Karen from Georgia was an easy target. And going to an all-girls school made it even worse, as the girls were a lot bitchier, and they didn't have any boys to distract themselves with. I got called pancake a lot.
And it was annoying. Boobs, dude.
They also called me Aunt Jemima, bee stings, chairwoman of IBTC, bored with warts, whisper tits. Whisper tits. That's my favorite. That's
Whisper tits.
Whisper tits. Ironing board, carpenter's dream, tortilla tits.
This isn't funny.
Karen, are you a comedian, honey? That's good. Okay, tortilla tits. Flatty McGee, tall Smitties.
Flatty McGee.
That's tall Smitties.
Tall
Tall what?
Smitties.
Oh boy.
Smitties. Man cakes. Knick-knack rack. Knick-knack rack. I'm sorry, Karen, that you were bullied, but those are fantastic.
Those are good.
And Karen does go on to say, but I'm not bitter. Karen in Georgia. Thank you for that, by the way. Karen, I'm sorry that you were bullied, but those were some creative.
I had warts on my wrists when I was a kid, and the bully, the same guy that was behind the K-Swiss sauce throwing
incident,
he used to call my house, and my mom would answer the phone, and he would
laughing at him stuttering.
I would get on the phone.
This is that what just?
I would get on the phone, and he'd say,
"You're a bully."
He'd be like, "Yeah, I saw those warts on your wrist." I've seen your warts on your wrist during class. He said this to me over the phone.
That's the same dude that did the K-Swiss thing that nobody probably remembers.
Real quick story on that. But go ahead.
This guy would call and your mom would pick up and she'd be like,
He'd be like,
Knox, someone from school. And you go over
and
you would know.
On the phone.
Yes, you would know.
Yeah, because he wouldn't give his name. He'd just say, "Hi, is he there?" And then I would go and get it. There was no screening.
Right.
She wasn't screening for the bully.
I understand.
This is the same guy this same guy, let me just tell you, this same guy called my parents and pretended to be the principal and said I had skipped school for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I got And
Okay.
I got grounded, and my parents had to go meet with the principal to find out that it was fake.
Why did this guy hate you so much?
He said he didn't, but I didn't believe him. Like, he friend requested me years later on Facebook, and I went, I for a second let you into my life. I'm serious. Why would I do this? And he wrote me back and was real apologetic and carrying on. He's like, "Oh, you always took it in stride." Took it in stride? Are you kidding? You see how much anxiety I have? Are you shitting? Sorry. Are you shooting me? It's, So,
oh my God. How many times did he call and just talk to you about your warts on your arm? That is
at least 5. And for the listeners,
you got to admire his handiwork, though. I mean, come on. This guy's dedicated to his craft.
Yeah.
And he had
someone's on the phone for him and
he had poor English.
Hello?
His grammar was terrible. So he'd be like, I saw you in class. You got warts on your wrists. That's what he said. Same for all listeners out there. The same guy, he and his friends would ride around in a Beretta during open lunch, and they would drive by when I was walking back from open lunch from downtown, and they would throw McDonald's barbecue sauce at my white K-Swiss sneakers, going like 25 miles an hour, going by. So they would land it like next to my shoes, and the inertia would just throw the barbecue sauce all over my shoes because they were white. I also wore khakis and a sweater. They would be sitting. I would go to this pizza place, and they would sit over in this one parking lot where we all had to walk by, and they'd wait for me. And like when I'd be getting my pizza, somebody would walk over and go, "Hey, they're out there waiting for you again. You better get a head start."
Your friends probably had something to do with that.
Back. No, they're just waiting for him.
They trapped me in a gas station once, and I did ask if they had a back door. The people that were in the gas station, they wouldn't let me use it. And like these kids that were in the car waiting for me, trust me, they didn't care if they were late from lunch, but I cared if I was late from lunch. I didn't want to get yelled at in class. So, you know, it was the Beretta with this one individual and three lesbians, scary lesbians. They all liked to. He ended up being a closeted homosexual, and he